Welcome back to Ask Allison. Here is today's question. I'm doing great in my private practice. I'm so thankful for all these resources, but I do have an unusual question. I have a second job working some weekends here and there at a bakery. It's more about the fun and decompression and not being on all the time. I've been in the game long enough to know that I'm allowed to have a life outside my practice. Younger clinicians I know have pointed out that seeing me in public would upset my clients, and I needed a very low visibility hobby to keep from running into my clients in public. I've heard versions of this caution for a while now in a few blogs and at some conferences. Is this being taught now in supervision or graduate school? So first, I want to thank Therapy Notes for sponsoring Ask Allison. They are the #1 rated electronic health record system available today with live telephone support 7 days a week. It's clear why Therapy Notes is rated 4.9 out of 5 stars on Trustpilot and has a 5-star rating on Google. Therapy Notes makes billing, scheduling, note-taking, and telehealth incredibly easy. They've recently added e-prescribing for you prescribers out there. So if you're coming from another EHR, Therapy Notes makes that transition incredibly easy. They import all your demographic data, and that way you can get going right away. Find out why more than 100,000 mental health professionals trust Therapy Notes. Go to therapynotes.com and use the promo code ABUNDANT at checkout for 2 months free. So it's been a really long time since I was in grad school. And I remember realizing later that a lot of the clinical boundaries I learned in school were overcorrections for many of us fledgling therapist hopefuls who needed to understand the importance of boundaries. I haven't heard about this specifically from any recent grads. I'm actually more likely to hear it from people who've been therapists for 30 years. But I'd love for you all to comment and let us know if you were taught this. I have a very strong negative reaction to the idea that as therapists, our hobbies should be low visibility. Should your hobby be getting wasted at a popular bar every Saturday night? No. But making a tort or waking up before dawn to get the scones in the oven sounds like a beautifully balanced hobby to me. If current clients see you there, it's fodder for talking about like self-care and hobbies and being multi-passionate. I'd even bring it up in session before they do if you see them see you. They may be reticent to bring it up because working at a bakery on a weekend may be seen as less statusy as being a therapist. They might worry that you would feel some shame that you have to work a side gig. Depending on your therapeutic style, you might try oh, worlds collided last weekend at the bakery. You caught me at my other passion. It does for me what drumming does for you. Or I felt like such a good therapist modeling having a hobby. Any progress on finding yours in the last week? So many of us struggle to find and commit to hobbies, and they are so incredibly important to living a fulfilling life. I don't want anybody with a hobby that does no harm to others to feel like they have to give it up. Is it awkward to be in a spin class with a client? Sure. Is it a little weird to realize that your client and her kid are at the story time you lead at the library? Yep. But we're human and we don't have to lock ourselves in our houses when we aren't in session. So go out there and enjoy yourself and make some delicious pastries. Today's free worksheet is called Your Private Practice Life. I'll link to it. It helps you remember what you're allowed to have in private practice, including fun. We actually talk about the importance of hobbies in the Private Practice Life Balance course in the Abundance Party. The Abundance Party gives you access to that and everything else you need to grow a full practice that you love, that is a part of your life, but isn't the defining piece of your life. If you have questions for Ask Allison, please DM me over on Instagram and have a great rest of your day.